Hi there. So it's been a little while since I made a video, so I thought that I would do an update for you, let you know what's going on, how I'm doing. I have some things I'd like to talk about today. I know you're wondering what is this on my head, and we'll get to that. Quick update on my weight. So my starting point day of surgery, September 22nd, 2014, was 298 pounds. As of this morning, I'm 198.3 pounds. So I've hit the 100. I'm ecstatic. My body is healthier. It's more, it moves more. It makes me happy, which kind of strange considering what this video is about. So I think I'm just going to jump right into the video. So I've heard a lot of people talking in the forums that I belong to for bariatric surgery. I've had these thoughts myself. I've heard some other people who have lost weight without surgery feeling the same things. So we feel euphoric, we feel happy, we feel great when the pounds first start coming off, but then lifestyle changes start coming in, and relationship changes, friendships, not just your significant other, but your friendships, your work relationships. There's a lot of things that change. So what I wanted to talk to you today about was your emotional fitness. I think we spend so much time worrying about our protein and our vitamins and our workouts that we're not making sure that we're taking care of up here as much as we are everywhere else. So today I'm going to kind of go through some of what I've been experiencing and what I've been feeling, and I'm going to give some strategies. I've got something new that I'm going to be starting, and I'm going to share that with you, and I hope that you're going to try it with me and see if it works. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is just emotion, what I feel. I don't want to speak for everybody. I can only say what I feel. So yes, I was ecstatic. I was so thrilled when I started shrinking out of my clothes, and things weren't fitting anymore. Things were, my body started changing. It was so much easier just to do mundane things like going up and down the stairs with laundry. But in that same breath, my body started kind of changing in other ways where there's a lot of loose skin and I'm self-conscious about it, and I try to cover it up when I really want to wear something skimpy, and I have a lot of confidence. I think I'm quite pretty. I think I'm okay, but I don't necessarily want to show my skin to people, where when I was 300 pounds, I had no problem. I wore bathing suits, I wore sleeveless shirts, and now I find I'm getting a little more away from it because, even though I work out and I'm getting muscle tone and everything, this is definitely something that I'm not proud of. But it's all part of the process. I am, of course, looking into plastic surgery. We'll get more into that in another video, because that is definitely not what we're talking about today. I also started noticing that people changed around me. Either all they want to talk about is my weight, which before, they didn't make eye contact if we were talking about weight, but now what are you doing? How are you doing it? Why did you do that? Did it hurt? How long does it take to recover? I have women that maybe need to lose 20 pounds in their heads asking me about the surgery, like should they have it? And while I'm more than happy to educate, I'm more than happy to explain, it just seems like that's all I am anymore, is weight loss. It's people constantly, there's a phrase that everybody says, and I shouldn't be as annoyed about it as I am, but people look at me all the time and say, wow, you look great now. Now? What happened to then? What was I some horrible troll to be stuffed under a bridge? Was I undesirable by the populace? Was I just this horrible thing from a Disney movie? Was, like, what was I before? I know they don't mean what they say, but it's kind of a Freudian slip. It's what's in their mind, where previously maybe I wasn't attractive to them, and that's fine, because quite frankly, some of them aren't attractive to me for whatever reason. Perhaps I don't like their hairline, or I don't like the way they dress, or they're too short for me, or whatever the case may be. Everybody has their own bias. But to put your seal of approval on me now, I find is a little tough to swallow. Friendships, I find I haven't lost really any friends. I have cleaned up my friends a little bit, but that had nothing really to do with my weight loss. It had to do with my emotional well-being, where I wanted to be and who I wanted to surround myself with. I wanted positivity around me, and I didn't want negativity. And I was finding that I definitely had people that were that stage of their life around me, and I just wasn't interested. But I have noticed that they've changed slightly. There's a little bit more reluctance to have their boyfriends around me. You know, that it sounds like such a silly thing to say, but I find that they introduce me to their boyfriends. I've had 2 do this to me so far, where they've introduced me to their boyfriend. I am no threat. I'm not looking. I'm married. And even if I was single, that's tacky. You don't take somebody else's man. But they instantly, it's, oh, hi, this is my friend Cheryl. She used to be 300 pounds. That is not part of my introduction. It's not, this is my friend Cheryl. She works for blah, 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 or, she's really into makeup or nothing. It's, she used to be really fat. And I don't understand the greeting. I don't understand the introduction. And I find they hold them more. They hold their boyfriends a little bit more. They're holding onto their arms or holding their hands more when I'm around. I also find that they bring up weird things in conversation, like that, well, she can't eat. Yes, I can. We all need substance to live. I just don't eat as much as I used to, or I can't eat as much as I used to. Just things like that. So my relationships have changed, where I know there's a learning curve for other people as well, where they have to get used to it and have to get comfortable in it. And I'm hoping that this will pass. But at this point, I find it a little frustrating. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is motivation. I know that my catchphrase is motivation is a choice, not a feeling. And I believe that even more now than I ever did. When you have this surgery, when you first have it, you drop a lot of weight with very little effort right after the surgery, because you physically can't eat, you can't do anything, you get sick a lot. Your pouch is so small, and you're really motivated. So the misconception is that's how you're going to lose your weight. You're going to have the surgery and it's just going to drop off. It's not how it works. If you're not eating and you're not working your body starts to eat your muscle, your lean muscle, and that's not good. It's very dangerous. There's a lot of health complications that can come from that, not just immediate, but down the road as well. So some people have a hard time keeping up the motivation because they're seeing results without having to do it, without having to really monitor even what they eat to a certain degree, because you can only eat so much. I admit freely, I have tried to have a hamburger with my family. We've gone out to dinner, and it is not good. First and foremost, I'm still not able to eat bread. Bread and I think it's over. I think I just need to more in that relationship. I think it's done. So I can't eat bread. So usually when I have a hamburger, I either take the buns off or I have them wrap it in lettuce for me. I still can't get it in. I still can't eat the whole thing. But if you force yourself, you probably could. I just don't like the uncomfortable feeling. I don't want to get sick. So eventually your pouch will stretch and you're just being a detriment. So you have to get your head right. You have to get your head around the lifestyle change. And that comes by the emotional fitness. I haven't had this personally. Oh, that was terrible. A little close up, sorry. I haven't had this personally happen to me, but I've heard some of the women in my forums talk about it, where they talk about sabotage, where they feel their partners are sabotaging them, or their friends or their family, where they don't feel supported. So whether that mean that their partner is bringing foods that aren't really something they should be eating in the house, or, hey, let's go to, Marble Slab, or, these kind of things. Ultimately, you're the decision maker. Ultimately, you can go to Marble Slab. You can. Just get the smallest thing possible. They do have frozen yogurt there. Make some better choices. And just because your partner suggests you go, doesn't mean you have to have anything. You can have a drink, you can have some juice, you can have something to that effect, and just spend time with your partner. There's ways that you can alter this. And if they really push you, that's when you need to have that deeper discussion of why are you doing this? Why do you need to know more about my surgery and my body and how I'm able to function now? And that's an honest discussion you need to have. Now, I'm not in your relationship. I'm not with your friends or your family. My mom is not supportive. My mom and I have a very strange relationship. She's not supportive. She makes offhanded comments, that kind of thing. And literally there's a whole lot of me just when it comes to my eating habits, my fitness, and my weight. I really don't speak much to her about it. I don't think she understands, and I don't think she wants to understand. And that's okay. It's not her body. It's not her life. It's not happening to her. It's happening to you. There is a certain amount of relationship work you have to put in with these people. But when they're not getting it and they're a detriment to you, perhaps it's better just to leave it and not bring that subject up. And if they do, just simply say, if it's not going to be a positive discussion, I can't have it. I know that sounds corny, but I've said those words to my mom. So the next thing I want to talk about is happiness. And this is where we get into the ridiculous things on my head. So I've discovered that happiness comes in a lot of shapes and sizes. I love makeup and I love style. This is hence the makeup room. And not all of us can have a makeup room. I get that. I'm very fortunate. But it makes me happy. Pretty things make me happy, which is funny because I'm not really a big girly girl. I just like pretty things. I love playing with makeup. I love collecting makeup. But it's small things that make me happy. I'm kind of ridiculous, actually. These ears, I found them at Ardene over a year ago, and they're ridiculous. I'm not wearing these anywhere. Little diamond cat ears. I'm not wearing these anywhere. But home. I like to wear these around the house because they make me happy. They make me feel silly. They make me feel giddy. I've actually, believe it or not, been looking for a small tiara to wear as well because I honest to God, and I'm not a princess. I'm not a girly girl. I swear to it. But there's something about wearing a tiara when you're vacuuming that just makes it that much more livable. That's what these do for me. I have a lot of other things that make me happy, as small as they are. Like I said, I like pretty things. I love to drink my coffee out of pretty cups. And if the cups match my makeup room, so much the better. This is a bit of an obsession. The cups. I find when oh my God, I need a new cup. I don't need a new cup, but I buy them anyway. This one I got from HomeSense, and it cost me a big $4.99. For the amount of happiness this silly little cup brings me, with the gold trim and the polka dots, worth the $5 right there. So cheers to that. Coffee makes me happy too. And in the vein of coffee and happiness, and a girl's got to have a travel mug. This I got at Stokes, I think, and I got it on sale for, again, something ridiculous. I think I got it for $7. It's my travel mug. I love it. It's got the bling on it. So it's just something else to make me happy. It's something that gives me, I don't want to say joy, but joy. So try and find your happiness, what makes you feel good. I do have some other things that make me happy that are ridiculous. I actually spent an exuberant amount of money on headphones recently. My husband's a bit of an enabler. If it makes me really smile, he can't wait for me to have it. Now this is, again, I'm not a princess, I'm not high maintenance. I actually don't shop all the time. It appears I do. I do a lot of DIY too, like a lot of the stuff in my makeup room I've made. But there's some things that you just need to buy. I got these from Chapters. They are the Taylor Fens earphones in oil slick. They're the larger ones. They have smaller ones. Decent sound quality, I'm not gonna lie. I have a decent set of headphones. I didn't need these. I didn't have to. Well, no, I did. I had to have them because they're pretty and they made me happy. These were $200. This is not a normal purchase for me, but when I'm in my makeup room and I put my earphones on, I can't see them, but I know they're there. I feel happy. They make me feel pretty. So, and that's what it's all about. So I've also discovered that as my journey's gone on, that I'm not as motivated as I once was. I'm still exercising, I'm still watching what I'm eating, I'm still journaling in my Fitness Pal on my phone. So even though I'm still journaling in my Fitness Pal on my phone, I've noticed that there's some drawbacks to that. I don't know about everybody else that journals with this, but I log it and I forget it. I'm not going back very often to see what I've put in my mouth or to track my nutrition for the day. I'm not doing it. And there's something about the technology, I think, that was disconnecting in my brain. So I've made a decision to, I'm a big fan of starting things on certain days, like this day you're going to do this. And this is kind of the challenge I'm putting out for myself, and I really hope you join in, is I bought myself a journal. Yet another thing that makes me happy are pretty little journals and books. I have more that I'm going to get to in a minute. So I bought this journal. The journal starts in August, and it's just a normal planner. It's not a diary. It's not anything crazy. And it's just got, I don't know if you can really see, but it's got a great place for you to write. I got this at Chapters as well. I think I'm old. Was I having a good day at work, a bad day at work? Was I mad at my kids? Was was the house a mess? Was it that time of the month? What did I eat that day? What did I sleep in? What was, I want to get down to the science of why I'm motivated some days and some days not. So on the days when I don't work out, we always rationalize it in our head. Oh, I was busy. I had to, walk the dog. I had to do, walking the dog actually is a workout. But, I had to do this, or, it was the finale of The Orange is the New Black, whatever your reasons are, write them down. I think we're going to find a lot of value in doing this. And when I say we, I really hope you join me in this. I'm thinking I'm going to find a lot of value because I've noticed that when I'm doing my workouts, it's, I'm kind of slacking a little bit. I'm not working as hard. Yesterday I went for a very long hike. I found this wonderful little lake area not too far away from my home that I didn't even know existed. It was awesome. But I went for this nice long hike and I thought, why am I not doing this? I feel so good. I feel so good afterwards. I felt so good during. Why do I procrastinate? Why am I being so wishy-washy about working out before? So I want to write down what I think. So that day I didn't work out because, my leg hurt, whatever the reason is. And I'm hoping I can get down to being able to come up with possible counters for my excuses of not having time, of not feeling well, or decided I wanted to do this instead. I really want to find this out because I think that this is so important to emotional fitness. It's understanding your own mind. It's such a balancing act. You can just feel it changing some days. I've had some days where I just feel like crying, or other days I'm euphoric. It's all part of the journey. So if you take anything out of this whole thing, I really hope that you take the journaling, you know, writing down the emotion of how your day was going and what you were feeling. And I hope that it works for me too. I hope that it's something that'll help unlock whatever the gridlock is here. Write down other things as well. I've been considering writing down my thoughts in the morning, like what do I think when I look in the mirror when I'm brushing my teeth in the morning? What's the first thought that goes through your mind when you're looking at yourself? Mine is typically my skin. It's, you know, because I've just gotten out of the shower, whatever the case may be. I'm usually looking at my skin going, this is just gross. So I'm going to write down those thoughts too, because the only way to really do anything about this is to make the changes and understand what you're feeling and what's going through your head and what can be done. So I know this is a long video, but since I haven't made one in about a month, I'm sure you'll forgive me. Let me know if you'd like to see more like this. If you like this, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any video ideas that you'd like to see, just let me know down below. Motivation's a choice, not a feeling. Bye, guys.